Let me guess. You're about to send an email and your fingers automatically type out the words, "Sorry to bother you, but..." Or you're in a meeting and you raise your hand and say, "Sorry, this might be a silly question." Look, we get it. It feels polite. But that one little word, sorry, when you've done absolutely nothing wrong, is quietly tanking your professional authority. So today, we're not just going to explore why so many of us do this. I'm going to give you some killer, confident phrases to use instead that will build your credibility and command the respect you deserve. Before we jump in, consider hitting that like and subscribe button as we continue to grow this channel for our 50 and unfiltered, the women who are aging gracefully but powerfully in this chapter of life. Let's dive in. Seriously, how many times a day do you apologize for things that aren't even remotely your fault? This little reflex is called over-apologizing. And it's when sorry becomes a filler word, a way to soften a statement, or a weird subconscious plea for permission to exist. You see it everywhere. "Sorry, can I just add one thing?" Or "Sorry for the delay," when you've replied to an email well within a totally reasonable time frame. Now, while everyone can fall into this trap, research shows that women tend to do it more often. A study from the University of Waterloo found that women apologize more frequently. Why? Because we have a lower threshold for what we consider offensive behavior in the first place. Basically, we perceive more offenses, so we apologize for them. Whatever the reason, societal pressure, old habits, this tendency comes with a hefty professional price tag. Here's the cold, hard truth. Every time you drop an unnecessary sorry, you're taking a tiny hammer to your own credibility. It's a verbal tick that screams, "I'm not totally sure I deserve to be here." When you lead with an apology, you're subconsciously telling everyone listening that you doubt the value of what you're about to say. You're asking for permission to have an opinion or take up space, which instantly shoves you into a lower status position. It's like tripping on your way to the podium. Over time, this erodes your authority. It makes it harder for your boss or your co-workers to see you as a leader. Leaders are expected to be decisive, not hesitant. And the real kicker? It dilutes the power of a real apology. When you actually mess up and need to own it, your sorry will have all the impact of a gentle breeze. Why? Because you've used it 1,000 times when it meant nothing. Okay, enough doom and gloom. The good news is, you can absolutely unlearn this habit. And it doesn't mean you have to become mean, unkind, or less empathetic. Not at all. This is about communicating with more precision and confidence. It's about knowing the difference between a necessary apology and a self-sabotaging one. You can be both polite and assertive. The goal isn't just to stop saying sorry, but to swap it with language that builds you up instead of tearing you down. So how do we actually do this? It boils down to a few simple swaps. First, let's talk mindset. Your new mantra is replace, don't just remove. The most powerful word to swap in for a useless sorry is thank you. This tiny pivot magically shifts the entire dynamic from guilt to gratitude. Second, let's get into some practical real-world language swaps you can use today. Instead of, "Sorry I'm late." When you walk in a minute behind, try, "Thank you for your patience." See? Classy. Instead of, "Sorry to bother you," say, "Is now a good time for a quick question?" Or, "I'd love to get your eyes on this when you have a moment." Instead of my personal favourite, "Sorry, this is probably a silly idea." Spoiler, it is rarely silly. Just get to the point. Here's another way we could look at it. Or, "One thought I have is..." And of course the classic, "Sorry for the typo in the last email." Try. Good catch. Sending a corrected version now. It takes ownership without making you seem small. And third, know when to use a real apology. A sincere apology is incredibly powerful when you've made a genuine mistake that impacted someone, when you've missed a major deadline or dropped the ball. That's the time to own it. Save your apologies for when they truly count. All right, your mission for this week, should you choose to accept it, just pay attention. Notice how many times you say sorry when you don't need to. Don't judge it, just observe. Then try to replace just one of those unnecessary apologies with one of the alternatives we talked about. Pick one that feels the least awkward and give it a shot in an email or your next team meeting. Look, breaking this habit takes practice, but it's one of the fastest ways to reclaim your professional authority. Your words create your reality. By choosing them with intention, you stop signaling insecurity and start projecting the competence you already have. You teach people how to see you, and more importantly, you remind yourself of your own value. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments and share it with a friend or colleague who could use the extra support. So, stop apologizing for taking up space. You've earned it. Thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next 50 and Unfiltered video, my friend.